Hey guys, Dan here, aka Night Fox, and Happy New Year, and welcome to 2022. Dude, we're already into April. What? What do you mean it's April? Darn it! This year's over. I'll see you in 2023. Alright, so all joking aside, I haven't done any training yet this year. We're 4 months into the year, and I haven't been running, I haven't been lifting, only been to Ninja a handful of times. It isn't always easy to get started, and then you kind of end up in this vicious cycle where you're like, man, I really should run, or I should really go to the gym, and then you don't, and then you feel bad about it, and then the next week comes and you're like, it's been a couple weeks, I haven't been to the gym, and you just gotta, you gotta get going, you gotta start, right? This is something I've been struggling with. I've been doing a lot of other things in my life. I built this cool studio, I've been recording music, I've been doing some Twitch stuff, some gaming, and my athletic stuff's kind of taking a back seat, but I'm still passionate about it. I still really want to do it. If you're like me and you're having trouble getting started here in 2022 on your fitness goals, I've got some tips for you. Now, a lot of people tell you to set a goal and, make it attainable and, measurable. And that's great advice. But here's the problem with that. Once you reach that goal, what do? Do you have to set another goal? Are you going to be disciplined enough to do that? So last fall, my goal was to compete in my first Spartan race, and I trained really hard. I have got a couple videos on it. Go check those out. So the race day came, I competed, I felt great, and then my training dropped off. I had worked so hard for that goal and put in so much time and effort that when I finally reached it and accomplished my goal, I didn't really want to do anything else. And I think that happens to a lot of people. We get this buildup, we've got our goal, yeah, everything's going great. We reach it, or you fail, and you don't know what to do after that. It's hard setting goals, it's hard obtaining goals. So what I think you should do is set up a system. This system is going to incorporate little changes you're gonna make day to day to make you reach the person you wanna be. You don't have to have some end goal where you're like, ta-da, I've reached it. Because like I said, a lot of times you've reached that goal and then everything goes out the window. If you wanna make long-lasting changes, change small little habits and let those incrementally make those the person you wanna be. People often look for some big change, but honestly, a lot of success comes from incremental changes. This is something I'm focusing on. There's a lot of habits I have, such as daily stops to Quick Start for tons and tons of food that I'm trying to cut out. Instead, I maybe will fill that time with a short walk or, making sure I drink a big glass of water and an apple. Replacing that bad habit with something else, something I know that needs to change to make me better in the long run. I suggest writing out habits you want to change down on a piece of paper. By identifying these habits, they're easier to change. And maybe even write in a suggestion of, instead of A, I'll do B. If you improve by 1% every day, by the end of the year, you'll have improved yourself by over 33%. Now take any one thing you want to get better at and think about how far you could go if you were 33% better. And then the next year, you're 33% better than you were the previous year. That's how improvement happens. I recently saw a quote from Usain Bolt that really changed my mind on training. Bolt was quoted as saying, "I trained 4 years to run 9 seconds." That's mind-blowing to think about. He dedicated 4 years of his life for one race that only lasted a little over 9 seconds. So many times we expect results to happen like that. And that put it into perspective for me that you can't expect big changes in your life to happen overnight. So many times people train for 2 months for something and then they're like, well, I thought I'd be a lot better by now. So they stop. You see that picture with like 2 guys pickaxing their way through underground and the one guy stops and turns around and he was so close to the treasure, but the other guy kept going and he gets that treasure. It's just like that in training for any athletic endeavor. Just keep going. You'll never know when that breakthrough will come. You can't expect linear progress all the time. You're gonna have ebbs and flows. Some days you're gonna be better than other days. Just remember that. It's never too late to start. Here we are, 4 months into 2022, and I've done nothing athletically. But that doesn't mean I should throw the rest of the year away. It's time to get started. Let me know down in the comments what you want to change or improve at, and maybe tell me what your plan is to get better. I'd like to hear it, and maybe I'll give you some feedback. I've got a lot of great videos in the works, so make sure you smash that like button and subscribe so you can see how I'm improving over the next 8 months and into the future. That's it for today. So until next time, thanks for stopping by.